the best USB flash drive for DJs in 2025. I've said it once, I've said it twice, and I'm going to say it again. Every DJ should have an external drive to store their music library. Whether it's a drive that you actually play your sets from or just a way to back up your library. Keeping your music safe is a priority, and being honest, choosing the right device isn't really easy to do. There are tons of options and it can be super confusing. Until now, I'd like to introduce you to the OWC Envoy Pro Mini, a small portable SSD with serious performance. Let's get into it. OWC stands for Otherworld Computing, and they started life as a resource to upgrade Apple computers. They have since then made solutions for both Mac and PCs to help you speed up your workflow and increase your productivity. One of those solutions is the Envoy Pro Mini, and it packs a serious punch. I was impressed with this drive as soon as I took it out of the box. It's built using an aluminum housing, which means this thing is a tough little USB drive. The aluminum housing also doubles as a heatsink to keep the solid-state drive inside nice and cool. This thing is built like a tank and feels super high quality, which it 100% should because this thing isn't cheap. The 500GB version comes in at $94.99, while the 1TB version comes in at $149.99. The 2TB version is the most expensive, obviously, and it comes in at $299.99. The Envoy Pro Mini isn't the cheapest drive on the market, but it's so obvious why when you hold it. It just feels really high quality, unlike other USB drives that are made of plastic. The biggest thing that I love about this little drive is that it has both USB-A and USB-C connections. Yes, you get both USB-A and USB-C, so you can connect this drive to anything. You also get a cap for the USB-C side that is permanently attached. OWC really thought this drive through. The drive is USB 3.2 Gen 2, which means you get pretty awesome speeds. OWC has done a boatload of testing and has proven that this drive is capable of producing speeds up to 1 GB per second.
Cool.
Now, this is all dependent on what type of port you're plugging the drive into. If you're plugging it into a port on your computer that is USB 3.2 Gen 2, then you are 100% going to see those speeds. However, if you plug it into a different port with a lesser protocol, then you're going to see the max speed of that port and not the full 1 GB per second. This isn't your typical flash drive. It is a mini SSD, and the performance really shows it. Out of the box, this drive is formatted in Apple's APFS format. If you have no idea what that means, watch this video right here. Which is great for Macs, however, it's not that great for PC users. However, OWC thought of that, and they offer a software that allows the drive to communicate with PCs using the Apple APFS file system. Using their software, you're able to read and write from the drive using a PC.
Nice.
This drive is also compatible with iOS, iPadOS, Android, and Chromebooks. This is literally a one-size-fits-all solution for data storage. So on paper, this drive looks seriously impressive. However, does it hold up? OWC sent me the 2TB version, and I can tell you with absolute certainty that it does not disappoint. I wanted to put this thing through its paces, so my first step was transferring my entire DJ library onto this drive. My library is a little over 1.5 terabytes. I have a ton of music, which means this will be a really good stress test for the SSD. To do this, I used a program called Carbon Copy Cloner. It's for Mac and it's really awesome. If you aren't using it to back up your music library, you should absolutely be using it. This was also done on an M3 Max MacBook Pro with Thunderbolt 4 ports, and the donor drive that had my library on it was a SanDisk Pro SSD using Thunderbolt 3. I was expecting to wait like an hour and 15, an hour and a half for my music library to transfer fully, but to my surprise, it was done in 41 minutes. During the transfer, the drive did get a little hot, but that's just the aluminum body doing its job. Although a massive data transfer is a really good stress test, it wasn't stressful enough for me. I have been working on redoing my entire music library and creating new playlists in Algorithm's Djay Pro, and I figured this would be a good time to see how this thing handles hours of being used. I spent about 20 hours in total building new playlists, searching for music, and listening to tracks. The drive never slowed down and never seemed like it needed a break. It did get a little hot with the consistent use, but again, that's just the aluminum housing doing its job, keeping the heat away from the solid state drive. The experience was super consistent, and honestly, I couldn't be happier with it. I also decided to use this drive to play some sets. Specifically, I did 4 2-hour DJ sets, and I used a drive for each one of them. The experience, just like using the drive to build playlists, was super consistent. The speeds never fell. It got a little hot, but overall, it was great. Now, in reality, for an external SSD, this is par for the course. It's doing exactly what it's supposed to do at the speeds in which it's supposed to do it. What impresses me is the size, the fact that this little 2 TB SSD with amazing transfer speeds can literally fit in my pocket and doesn't require any extra cables to plug into my laptop. OWC really took their time and thought this drive through. And I would even say they have made the perfect storage solution for DJs. They even made a point to make sure that the drive was small enough to not block any other ports on your laptop. When I tell you they really thought of everything, they did. You even get a little lanyard in the box so you can hang this nifty little drive around your neck. This drive is just awesome. My conclusion, buy this drive if you're looking for an external storage solution. It's small, it's built like a tank, and it has genuinely impressive performance. This is hands down my new favorite external SSD. But viewers, I leave it to you. What do you think of the OWC Envoy Pro Mini? Leave it in the comments. As always, if you made it to the end of this video, I'd like to say thank you so much for watching it. If you found anything valuable in the content, please subscribe to the channel, as we have a bunch of videos going over the tech that we use as DJs, with a lot more coming down the pipeline. My name is Seth, aka DJ Seth V. This is DJ Tech Tips. Thank you for watching, and we out.